Hey guys, welcome to the new class. Today we're going to talk about types of content that you can create using short videos. There's actually a great variety of types of content, but we can divide them into several categories. First of all, it can depend on your goal as a creator. Do you want to get more views, or do you want to target a specific audience to be able to monetize off the views, like get more brand deals or get some ad revenue? Or are you an entrepreneur or a business and you're looking for the target audience for your business in order to capture leads? Now, this is number one thing you have to determine, because sometimes you're like, oh, I really want my peers to watch my content, and you might be an investor, you might be an entrepreneur. And the group of people who are like you is really, really small. So if your primary goal is to be watched by your peers, then that means that you wouldn't get too many views. And sometimes, when I speak about business and I'm doing some very basic videos like how to start an online business, and I'm like, oh my God, if Dima, like my husband, watches this, he would tell me like, Marina, why are you saying basic things? Oh yeah, create a website? Really? To start a business? Oh my God, this sounds like rocket science. Like, you see, if your goal is to be watched by someone, an entrepreneur like Dima, then he watches like interviews with Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. And the majority of those interviews are kind of niche content. Sometimes they're big, but a lot of them don't get a lot of traction. But a lot of business related content doesn't get a lot of traction. But if you want to, talk to thousands and hundreds of thousands of people, you need to learn how to make your topic bigger. Now, if you want to talk about business, then what is the biggest crowd out there? People who already started a business, people who raise money in Silicon Valley, or students who are like, oh, I really want to start a business, or people who are looking to quit their job? Yes, it's the latter. So the majority of videos that you need to create are like business ideas or top 5 steps to start a business in 2022, stuff like that. So you need to be very honest with yourself. Like, okay, Marina, I am not looking to grow in terms of views. I only want people from Silicon Valley to watch my content. Then, okay, it's challenging, but here you go. Another strategy would be, I like my peers, but I also understand that it's really hard to create the type of content that they would watch consistently. So I will just go with a wider audience. So super important to remember that. Now we can also create a category of videos based by the way you shoot them. It could be a vlog, it could be behind the scenes, it can be first person shot and you shoot yourself, you can draw an animation, and you can add special effects. And then subject of the video can be humor, dancing, games, sports, food, etc. And technically, we always have 2 types of content: educational and entertainment. Like, educational in its pure form would be Marina sitting in front of you and saying, Top 5 businesses to start in 2022. Number 1, company in metaverse. So this type of, I would call it educational. Entertaining content, like the purest form of it would be dancing or just telling a joke. But in reality, we actually mix those types of content. So again, it's really important to figure out what type of content is the most comfortable for you, because you're here in the long run and you would need to create content consistently. And if you're like, oh, I really like vlogs, but it takes me 2 weeks to create a vlog, you won't be consistent. You really need to be honest with yourself. Like, I'm super honest with myself. I like to create YouTube videos and I like my team to repurpose them into short content. This is why most of my filming time is dedicated to filming long videos. And then I have 30 minutes a week when I film short videos, just because I want to experiment with stuff. But I mostly prefer longer content. Now, I've already mentioned, and I don't remember if you remember me mentioning this, but watching short videos is now your full-time job, which is kind of exciting. So whenever I'm on TikTok and my husband says like, oh, Marina, don't you have things to do? I'm like, this is my work. I have to watch content on TikTok to get more platform native, to understand the type of content that the audience consumes, to actually look for creators who are similar to me. Like, when I first started on TikTok, I was like, but they're dancing. I want to teach. Where are the teachers? But it took me like a couple minutes to find a lawyer on TikTok, to find a CPA, to find another teacher. And I really got inspired by their content, because I was like, oh, I don't really have to dance to grow. So it's really important that you follow people who inspire you on TikTok. I follow Gary Vee, and I would recommend for everyone to just follow him, because again, great teamwork. He creates mostly long videos and the team repurposes them. His videos perform really well, and he creates really broad content, being very niche. So he's an entrepreneur, he's a celebrity, but still whatever he creates appeals to a lot of people worldwide. Now, I understand that you might not be able to dedicate a lot of time to scrolling, so I wanted to look at some of the most popular short videos so that you understand the type of content that goes viral. Now, this short is called Impossible Balance, about a trick with a chair. 500 million views. By the way, if you look at top 10 channels, like I'm subscribed to this newsletter that sends you top 10 channels by views on YouTube every week, like 50% of them, sometimes 70% of them are channels that purely focus on shorts. Yes, they're rotating, but shorts are here to stay. And shorts is a type of format that is getting even more traction than longer videos on some channels, which is also true for my Lingua Marina channel, where shorts get tens of millions of views and long videos get 5 to 10 million views a month. Then we have various acting scenes, including jokes and unusual situation. For example, this video got 262 million views. Here's a video about perks of having short hair versus long hair. 118 million views.
I love the pool.
Whoa! Okay, I can't do this.
Woo! I can breathe.
And another one about short people versus tall people. 96 million views. Now, when shorts just started out as a format on YouTube, what I noticed is that the first recommendations that I got were actually involving big celebrities. Like, they were exposing some celebrity or some gossip, because YouTube tried to promote content that would appeal to almost everyone. And this is something you can also use. You can use a piece of news, you can use some famous person and talk about them from a professional perspective. Like Colin and Samir, a channel that is mostly about creator economy, they take a huge YouTuber, interview them, or they don't even have to interview the YouTuber. They just look at their performance and notice things and discuss them. And by having their name and their face on the thumbnail, they're able to attract that blogger's audience. So you can do the same with game characters. You can do the same with celebrities and other bloggers. Let's look at some shorts that involve game characters. So this one had 213 million views, and this one with Minecraft, 106 million views. Then there are shorts that take visual and special effects onto the next level. Kind of hard to create yourself, but something to get inspired with. Zach King, 91 million views.
So cool. Here, can you get a photo?
Of course. Oh my gosh, Zach!
Or fake experiments. Stop motion animation, stop frame animation, and we're gonna look at this example on Instagram, just because, as I mentioned, if a video performs on one platform, probably will perform anywhere, so you just select the platform that you want to focus on, post there first, see how it performs. So if you want to focus on one platform, my strategy has been, I focus on YouTube and Instagram, so I post a lot of videos on TikTok, see if they perform well, and if they really perform well, then they go to Instagram feed. If they did not, then they just stay in this Reels section and I don't show them to everyone. Now, when you look at these types of content, you say, but Marina, I want to focus on educational content. Actually, you can make those videos from time to time in order to attract more audience. Like, for example, I have this TikTok, I actually have 4 TikToks, and one of the TikToks I'm experimenting with the topic of investment. And making videos about NFTs has been great in terms of attracting new audience. Like, people just love to guess how much this Bored Ape is worth. This is not the type of content that I would produce daily, but this is something that I use to attract new audience. So you can get inspired by these formats and use them to attract new audience. Experiments and life hacks belong to edutainment, against something to be used to attract viewers to your more serious content. Let's look at some edutainment/life hack videos.
club, we'll go all night. I see you in the back, the mood is right. If I just had your number, I would let you know how I feel.
Now, I mentioned using celebrities, other bloggers, and game characters in your shorts. You can also comment on news. Like, for example, I have this Russian channel where I talk about the US, and when something would happen regarding immigration/visas, I would try and comment on it just because my audience is interested in it. And I kind of haven't, I'm not really an expert, I'm not an immigration attorney, but I like to comment and express my point of view because I went through the whole immigration process. So for example, this one is big news for Royal Caribbean.
Everyone, it's Sharon from Sharon at Sea Travel, and Royal Caribbean put out a teaser yesterday saying they had a big announcement today. Well, they just announced it, and here it is. They are coming back to the West Coast. That's right. They will be coming back and bringing their newly amplified ship, Navigator of the Seas, starting summer of 2022 through spring of 23 at this time. Bookings will open up for this at the end of March, so get ready.
And as always, remember this thing. People, like, it applies to any type of content. People are looking for a magic pill. Like, even if you're teaching English, a video how to learn English in 15 minutes or how to learn all English tenses in 10 minutes would probably outperform the majority of your videos. Or my best performing video is learn 100 English words, which is 50% of the English language, which is true, because there was like I, A, U, etc. in like 15 minutes. It's like over 4 million views. It's crazy. And same with shorts. Top 5 things to remember when starting a business. Launch a website, create an email list, create a product, start a social media, gather reviews. Basic magic pill. Works. So the 10 facts that can save your life, top 5 ways to invest $1,000, top 3 ways to grow on YouTube. Magic pills work really well in any format. Now, when you're educating with your short videos, don't go too deep. Don't start with a very niche type of content like advanced idioms in English. Again, if you're trying to get more views, then you need to ask yourself, okay, in this topic, what's the biggest chunk of audience? If we're talking about a language, beginners. If we're talking about investing, probably people who are just starting out and they're thinking like, where do I put $20 tomorrow? If we're talking about cooking, a beginner who's looking for a 10-minute breakfast idea. So think about those videos that would appeal to larger audience, make them easier. Like if you're teaching people a language, you can always tell them like, oh, you probably know these 5 words in Swedish, even if you never learned it, just because they sound like whatever words in English. Like you see, it has to be appealing to a larger audience. Of course, if you are focused on getting traction in terms of views. If you only want to target advanced English language learners because you have this course, then it's different. But again, my strategy with anything would be start with broad topics. And then if you want to talk about niche things, create a course. Now let's look at a couple of educational shorts just so you have an idea of how they work. Guys, if you want to sound like an American or like a native speaker who speaks proper English, please avoid saying, I wanna milk. The problem is wanna means either want a or want to.
Let's do some cooking. Here's how you can draw the glow effect. Step 1. Start sketching what you want to draw. Step 2. Use a white to start inking your sketch. Also, use a dark background. I like to use a black canvas.
And as I mentioned at the beginning, educational content doesn't have to be purely educational. You don't have to be sitting and saying, you have to know this, and that word. It can be a joke. It can be a dialogue between 2 people. This content is much more engaging and more suitable for beginners. And what I also notice with my educational content, if I point at things, like if I tell people, stop saying iPhone. I know it's really tempting to say iPhone, but there are other ways to say it. You can call a smartphone and blah, blah, blah. So whenever something is in the frame, the performance is so much better. Because again, short videos are actually visual. With YouTube videos, sometimes we just listen to them, but here we watch 100%. Sometimes we don't even have the sound. So it's really important to show things, and it really helps you increase the performance. If you don't have an ability to show things, then you can go to Shutterstock and use their B-rolls on top of your short video. And another thing that works with any type of content is when people are looking for the result or what you're gonna say in the end, and you actually take your time to get there. Like again, I'm gonna talk about English since I create just a lot of English language content, but stop saying smartphone. And I can say iPhone instead, but I'm gonna take my time and get the attention. I know you might be tempted to say iPhone, and I know this is what they taught you at school, and even if you say iPhone, it's completely okay, but if you want to sound more American, well, you see how the story goes. I'm like grabbing your attention and like I'm creating tension there, and you're like, come on, say it, say it, say it. If I made it like a 2-second story, don't say iPhone, say smartphone, boring. It's all about storytelling. The skill is inevitable. Now, what I also noticed is that if you decide that your content will be mostly educational or mostly expert, it is really worth posting motivational content like, hey guys, I'm just here to tell you that I believe in you, I'm super proud of you, and you're gonna make it. And even if there are people in your life who are telling you that you're not gonna make it, you know, I'm here to tell you otherwise. Something like this performs really well on all the platforms. And again, ideally, if you can have a lot of B-rolls of yourself, you're drinking coffee, waking up in the morning, you can shoot everything yourself with a tripod, or like you're cooking something. And then you just have a voiceover of whatever I just said, and you create a video like that, performs really well on all the platforms. Let's see a couple of examples.
All right, French, on to the next word. Hour. Is it masculine or feminine?
Oui, okay, hour is going to be une heure, so it's going to be feminine.
All right.
Except when it's possessive, then it becomes masculine.
What?
Well, it's very simple. If it's an hour, it's feminine. If it's their hour, it's masculine.
Well, no, French, listen, okay? I agreed to let you have feminine and masculine words, which already was just insane, okay? But you can't have them switch.
Right, so passive income is one of the most important tools in our journey towards financial freedom. Here are 6 passive income ideas in under 60 seconds. Let's go. Open a free account with an online broker and put some of your savings in a stock market index fund like the S&P 500, which returns about 7% a year on average. 2, sell a digital product. Turn your expertise about whatever into an ebook, sell it on Gumroad for $5 to $10, promote on Twitter and Instagram, and you're making money while you sleep.
Now let's look at a couple of examples on how to use short videos to attract more customers.
I know one plastic surgeon who likes to put Botox on himself. When you have a buff forehead like this, you need an expert injector like Aaron here to inject those muscles. And when you have the right person, it doesn't hurt one bit. Ow, that hurts so bad. This is so awful. And if you look at this needle, wow, that thing is so big. That thing's really gonna hurt you. Unbearable. You come to Brown Plastic Surgery, you won't feel a thing like someone else does.
Glenda may land in a bubble, but I've got news for you. If you think this housing market is about to burst, you would be wrong. Demand is high, interest rates are low, and supply is in short order. So if you're thinking about buying anytime in the near future, remember, there's no place like home.
The content with an ad with a call to action is the hardest to create, but some creators just master it perfectly. Let's look at the Dental Digest channel where creator presents toothbrushes and they managed to sell them.
Let's find out how this candy cane toothbrush will clean my stained teeth. It's disclosing time. Let's check the before results. What a delicious looking toothbrush. That's a fat stack of bristles. Candy cane toothpaste. Woo, fat glob. This is Dental Digest, let's get brushing. This toothpaste is delicious, and these bristles feel amazing. Peppermint mouthwash. Whew, let's check the after results. This handle's kind of sticky, but I bet it tastes delicious.
And this is also Dr. Ryan, who posts videos about homemade face mask recipes.
Make a gold face mask. Gold. Let's open it up. Give it a scrape. Whoa, that's really hard. Let's smash it. Smash, smash, smash. Nice. We got obsidian. This is better than gold. Smash, smash, smash. Add some water. Mix it up. Bubbles. Now suck it up. Inject our gold in here. Add the white stuff. Turn it on and dispense. Let's check the after results. Now we just wait a few minutes and I'll be right back to try it on. Let's go. This feels expensive.
Now, if the goal of your short video content is to actively sell, the good ratio would be 30% of content selling something, 70% just giving value, just because you don't want to oversell. Now, let's look at a couple more examples, somewhere where people create dialogues and create jokes in order to attract more attention to an educational topic. Senior programmers versus junior developers. 5 things every programmer needs.
5 essentials for programmers. Part 3. Number 1, a vertical monitor. So you look like you know what you're doing, and so your Hello World program can fit on the screen without having to scroll down. Number 2, a rubber ducky. So instead of bothering your coworkers with problems you already know the answer to, you can explain it to an inanimate object and figure it out on your own.
How to speak fast and understand native speakers, my best performing topic.
Guys, my best friend is so funny. He's always making me laugh.
He's constantly cracking me up.
We just name every short like that. The content is different, but we give it the same name and it performs like crazy. This is something you should remember to be doing as well. Christian Jeweler's store channel posts content about jewelry, but there are also pranks that get a lot of views.
Diamond tester prank on Gemstone Expert. So I do in fact have a real diamond, but I'm gonna jam the tip of the diamond tester so it doesn't work. Alex. Yeah? Can you tell if this is real or fake? Yeah. Real. Okay, diamond tester time. It's fake, bro. It's fake. Are you doing that dumb prank on me again? Look, it's turned on. Look, check it yourself. Check it yourself. Literally. Come on, go. This is impossible. I told you, man. There's something wrong. Let me just check. So weird though, because it does look real on the microscope as well. That's because it is real. What the? How come it's working now?
That was it for me for today, guys. Your assignment is to keep scrolling through your feed and keep exploring the formats that you like, saving formats that you like, duetting them, remaking them. But I really want you to take advantage of this course and post as much as possible in the next few weeks, just because we never know when this trend is ending, and I want you to become a real influencer while it lasts. Thank you so much. We'll see you soon in the next classes. Bye-bye.